Hello, my name is Sharon Arrow. Today we are going to look at two common tools for assessment at Charles Sturt University. This site is similar to your subject sites, however there are only 3 content areas displayed, as well as the My Grades area, which is for students to be able to see their marks and feedback. We will click into the Assessment Tools area and you can see the activities deployed: a journal and a test. The first is the journal. The journal tool can be formative or summative assessment task or activity. It is a tool that creates a space for your students to reflect on their worldviews and draw conclusions from this reflection based on their own experiential learning. You may decide to incorporate a journal into your activities as a learning experience. This would mean that you are able to comment on your students' journal entry, but it is not required for grading purposes. Or more commonly, the journal will be marked as an assessment task that will form a part of the student's final grade. To demonstrate, ensure your edit mode is on. Access the journal tool in the organisation site in the control panel of your site. Create a journal. Set the settings of your journal. Have the journal available. If it's a summative assessment, you will need to set the dates according to the subject outline. Index the journal's entries as weekly. For a summative assessment, you will leave the settings as they are. Here. You would select the grade, points, possible and allocated grade. If you choose to attach a rubric, you would select Add and select a rubric. It is your choice to either do or do not show the rubric scores to your students. Then click Submit. You will now deploy the journal into the content area. We will deploy a pre-made journal to demonstrate the clarity required for your journal instruction. This is a pre-populated journal. Access the content area. Select the journal, link to the journal. Leave the default settings as they are. And submit. In your journal, you would add a little information here about accessing the navigation of the journal. You can see and then you would access the journal. You can see the extensive instructions to your students and the marking panel here. And you will mark here for your journal. You can see the rubric here, and that gives you a space to put the mark and the feedback. Your students will see an access to the link here. They can create a journal entry and type their reflection. And submit post entry. That will then allow you to mark the journal as it's been here, as we discussed earlier. And the mark for that journal will be allocated to a column in Grade Centre. Here. There is your journal column. The little blue icon means that there is another post that's been marked that needs marking. However, we'll just work with this one at the present. The second tool for assessment is the test. The link to the creation of tests is accessible in the commonly used tools for assessment PDF, and assistance is available through the show or request system. However, I have placed a deployed test in this content area, and the column for the automatic grading is situated in Grade Centre. Here. Both the tests and the journals are marked in the Grade Centre and are represented in the total column. If you do not want your students to see any of their marks, you're able to hide the columns. Hide from students here. But for this exercise, I do want to be able to see the students' marks. This process, for the students to be able to see their marks, we go back into Student Preview. Students will access their marks from the My Grade section of their site. You can see the marks here and here. And if we go back to your view of this site and we look at the Grade Centre, here you can see the totaling mark is a combination of both of these columns. Now in your sites, this column will be called a cumulative total. I hope this has been helpful today. Thank you for listening.